Welcome to Technology and Education with Señorita Abeja. Join me as I weekly explore technology in classroom. Also an app, so if you can type www.quizlet.com. If you haven't tried this, I would definitely recommend this for any subject, any material. It'll be useful for every single class. So once you're in Quizlet, you can create an account. You have an option of creating an upgraded teacher's account or an educational account, I believe, but it's a free one. So let me show you what the free one gives you, because I have a free one. I don't feel like spending money on everything that I get. I'm trying to be as economical as possible when it comes to technology, but still get the most out of it. So once you are in Quizlet, on your left side, you have all of your classes. In order to create a class, you can just click that little plus sign and say create a new class, and then you can label it. You can say the course, description, add a school, location, and so on. Once you created a class, the way to create a set is just click on top, create, and then you can title the set. So for example, I will title the basic vocabulary for Spanish 1, for example, right? And then what I love so much about Quizlet is that I could choose any language. This is such international tool that it's pretty useful for any world language and any subject. Whether you choose to do English to English or Spanish to Spanish or Spanish to English or any other language, it will work. So because I'm a teacher of Spanish, I will do Spanish to English. And for example, I will do hola, hello. I will do adios and bye, hasta luego, see you later, nos vemos, see you. Okay, so these are just some examples, and let's do create. So once I create the set, I can add it to a certain class. I will add it, for example, to Spanish 2, even though this was Spanish 1. Let's create we're not creating, we're adding. Okay, so we already added. We go back, we go to my classes, and there it is. Basic vocabulary for Spanish 1, 4 terms. Once you are in there, you will have all of these options. You have flashcards for 1, and flashcards, they will give you both Spanish and English, and they will read perfectly in the correct accent the word in either language. So they will read it very clearly. You can have the option of making it read a little bit slower or faster. You can start with Spanish or English or have both. You can shuffle them. It's very nice as to learn individually or with the whole classroom as a group. What I will do, I will put it on a PowerPoint, I will turn my speakers on, and we'll go over together as a class where the students repeat. Once we repeat the vocab for 3-4 times, I will do it only in one language. So I will show them the Spanish version, and they have to repeat, they have to translate it to English. I will show them the Spanish version, and they say it in English, for example. So these are the flashcards. The other options that are available are the Learn. Learn, it is a spelling and a writing activity that you're practicing. For the next one, the spelling, they will read it to you. So it's a hearing, typing, and then they will tell you the English version as well. Then you have the test. The test is lovely. It gives you the writing question, multiple choice, and true and false. So there's three types of questions for different types of students. Some students prefer to write it down. Some students really like the multiple choice ones or true or false one. So it's very differentiating in those terms. Then the matching game. It's another one of my favorite things on here. It's absolutely educational. There's and it's still fun at the same time. What you do, you match the words, and it times you how fast can you match them up. And then it gives you the score. Um, what also is so great about it is that with the whole classroom, it will give you the 10 highest scores for all of the students. For example, what I did this week is I told that they could play the game, and even though I do not give points for going on Quizlet, I told them for the top 3 highest scores, I will give them a homework pass. And in a set where there's approximately 46 vocabulary, I had students completing it in 5 seconds. So I think it's very challenging, and it's motivating for them to do that. Like I said, one of my favorite things. So this is the website that's available, and this is the free version. If you upgrade it to a teacher's, it is $34.99 for a year. It will give you some extra tools. I don't think it gives you that many extra tools, but it gives you the option to track your students a little bit better. One thing that I do not believe that it will give you, I haven't seen that, is that it won't show you the score that they received on their test. So I can see that the students went on this day, they took the test. I really don't know how they did on it at all. The only scores that I see is from the matching game in terms of how long it took them to complete the game. Everything else is really not visible to me. So I think that's one huge downside side, that you can't see how they did on these activities. Also, you can customize the flashcards and other activities a lot better. You can put in pictures on your flashcards. Like, I don't have any pictures in mine. I don't have that privilege. However, another great thing about it is that if I did wanted flashcards that have pictures or anything like that, and I don't have them, or I came to class and I forgot to create a set, what I can do is I can simply look up vocabulary for Spanish 1. For Spanish 1, for example, we'll say basic. And when I look it up, I can see all of the teachers that labeled their vocabulary as basic vocabulary. And if you look at that, I can see already very similar ones that I just made with pictures, and I can just copy her set, for example, and add it to my classroom with already pre-made vocabulary, with pictures and all of that. So if you look at it, it's here. It's loading a little bit, taking its time, but it's okay. And then I believe I should be able to add it, this set, if I wanted to one of my classes. If I needed it, it will give me that option. So this was quizlet.com. This is the website. Most of these activities are available on the smartphone or the iPads, or any advanced technology tools.
Quizlet can also be downloaded to your iPad, your iPhone, your smartphone, and the app is free. You just download it by the Apple Store. So once you download the app, it will look approximately about the same as the website. There are some differences, but they're very minor. You still have your classes in here, your folders, and all the information. The classes will look approximately, again, about the same. You have your folders, your sets of vocabulary in here. You still get your flashcards, you still get the activities with here, the match game, the tests, and so on. The one thing that's very useful with the iPad, and if you have a smart board in your classroom, and if you connect it to the Apple TV. So in my classroom, I do have an Apple TV. However, I do not have a smart board. If I did have a smart board and I wanted to have a more interactive activities with the students, for example, I could do the match game, and I could place my students into teams or individually, or do some sort of competition with them. For example, where when we're playing the matching game, they will actually take their marker and take the vocab and match it with another one. For example, the word to study in Espanol is estudiar. So the students will all have to do is click on estudiar and click on to study and match it up. And it times them again. And on here, I can see the top 10 scores, the top 10 scores as they timed them when they were playing the game. Whoever did it in the shortest amount of time wins. So you can use these tools to make it very, very interactive. If you find my video and my information useful, please like, comment, and share. My name is Miss B, Señorita Abeja en español. Que tengan un buen día. Adiós.